we go in the T22. This is Grey Wolf of Grey Wolf's Gaming Corner. Welcome, guys. Just doing a quick video on the tank, the only tank that I purchased from the recent auction. I've already gotten a couple of other games that have been, if you're watching this video right now, have been shown prior to this, and I wanted to do one more and add it to that previous video. So we'll go up on the hill, see how we can do. And this is probably the best matchmaking we've gotten in this tank all day. Every time I've run a tier 10 today, I have literally fought nothing but other tier 10s. I had one game with maybe 6 tier 9s in it. And I don't even think it was on this tank. If it was, you'll have to forgive me. I've played a few games in this, just trying to make it work, trying to work out its kinks. Oh man, it does appear that I am the only one going up here to apply leverage. Now normally I would say that doing this in an encounter battle would always be a mistake, and it may still be. I don't remember if I'm fast enough to even get over here based on where these guys spawn or not, but I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it because if I can get to this position, I have a good position to shoot down at the cap. As I'm the only one over here, though, I'm gonna have to be extremely careful, because I guarantee there's probably other mediums that have come up here too. Which we're gonna just check real quick, see what's up here, just to see. Oh, yep, I knew it. I tried, did not penetrate him. I got greedy, I figured I could get a hit in. Well, I got a little bit of spotting damage, I'll take it. So the one thing I will say for this tank is it is surprisingly bouncy, especially from the flanks, because of the V-hull that you guys are aware of if you've watched any of the other reviews that have been done on this vehicle. I think the best thing I can do from this position for right now is just to spot and try to make sniping from up here a little bit more work than it otherwise would be. I don't think I'm going to get the opportunity to do a whole lot of shooting from up here. Maybe a little bit, but I think that for the most part... Oh, we lost our spotter. We lost our spotter. We lost our spotter. But we're just going to keep lighting up these mediums. Doing the best we can to make their life hard. As long as that 121's there, there's not a lot that I can do. I can keep applying pressure to him. As long as he's there, he can get shots into me if I'm not careful as well. So I'm not going to push all the way forward and give him the side of my turret to shoot into. However, if I can sneak a cheeky shot there, I will. Blow this freaking... If I can blow this stupid fence out of the way, I will. Just want to make these guys work a little harder. Oop, took a little bit in the side there. So that did not get bounced. Where did that go? Looks like just the angle it hit it with. The angle at which it hit, it was pretty flat there because it's coming from down there. So with that being the angle it hit at, oh, I have no idea where that shell went to. I should have pinned that guy. Should have pinned that guy. That's a silly miss. Yeah. Type 4 is not pushing up. So as long as I'm here, guys, as long as I'm here, these guys can't really just push over the hill. Now the T30 and the ISU may not like that I'm here because they may want these guys to push. The problem is if these guys push up, they can just push up and snipe the middle. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's good that I'm here because we don't want to let these guys push up and snipe the middle. We want them to get spotted like they're doing. So they have to pull back. I'm not doing any damage. I'm just keeping the team from doing any damage, the enemy team from doing any damage. And they're going to start getting pissed at me at some point and start pushing directly into the left side here. Which is what they need to do. They need to get rid of me. But until they can do that, they're really not in a good position to do anything else. If I don't push myself out to where I'm in the open and can just get shot from the middle, I have nothing to worry about. These guys will have to overextend at some point and get shot in the face. Now, all I've got to do is keep lighting them up. Just like that. Lighting them up and watching my tank, making sure I stay below, in this dip, below the bush line on the side. And as soon as I'm lit, I'm backing off. As soon as I'm lit. Don't have a lot of spotting damage yet, but I will get it. If these guys keep pushing out, they will get killed. Unless they counter me, they're not going to have a chance to do much up here. Which is why it's 3-3. Or one of the reasons it's 3-3. Obviously not the only reason, because you know, the other side plays a massive role in this battle too, no matter whether it's encounter or standard. That both the hill and the other side matter. And also, this area here matters too, but unfortunately I'm one tank. I can't do both. So I took the hill. I took the hill because I can at least get some sniping shots down onto the hill. I'm not doing anything with those shots right now because I'm terrible at this kind of range with this gun, but I am getting spotting damage, which I'll take the spotting damage. And as long as these guys are pushing up here and nobody's even looking over here, keep spotting for these guys at the bottom so they can shoot up. Just like that, guys. You just got to get them to get upset, to pull out, overextend like they just did, and they get killed. As long as your team is supporting you, you can do this effectively on this map. As long as you have the support of your team. See, guys, if the T-30 had just stayed back there and waited, he would have been able to get these guys, or at least probably get at least one more. But at where he's at now, he's spotted from the middle. He's going to get killed. He's in a bad spot. I have nobody behind me anymore to do damage. So this does not look like a good scenario for us. The ISU is beginning to move up. But there you go, guys. T-30's gone. Now I have 3 medium tanks over here and no support. So again, I can drop down into this low ridge here, but they're gonna pull up on me. They're gonna try to kill me, and if they get lucky here, and I can't fire accurately because my gun's damaged. Okay, well, at least Artie got rid of them. So Artie's got rid of them. I've still got a whopping 20 hit points. But again, we still got medium tanks up here. They're still going to push. I doubt I'm going to be able to put fire down on anybody because enough of their team is still over here. Yep, to where I can't do anything. I mean, I'm still spotting the Hori. Yeah, I was hoping my armor would bounce at least one shell. It didn't work. But we put up 1900 spotting damage. We bounced 2500. We only did 308. This gun's not really designed for the engagement ranges that we were at. But I don't consider this a poor game. I mean, I think we were kind of holding back the tide to some degree on the hill there. And we definitely contributed to this game. Now, whether they're going to be able to bring a win out of this or not yet, I don't know. We'll see what happens, I guess. But let's go ahead and jump into a different one. let's jump back in this T22 and see if we can get one more video. And I want to be very clear and very open and honest with all of you. These games have all been recorded over several different gaming sessions. The reason for that is, as I've said and that you've probably heard in the previous battles, it's just been extremely difficult for me to do well recently in tanks, and it's a combination of things. Poor decision making on my part is part of it for sure. Poor team structure, definitely part of it because of the poor matchmaking in this game, as we've discussed previously. And just in general, just not wanting to go back into that grind and get hammered by World of Tanks on a daily basis has kind of kept me from really doing as much gameplay as I was previously. And there's not a lot going on in tanks right now. I got the T22 through the auction, and I've really had a good time with the tank, but I have struggled a bit just trying to make it work. That's not really saying anything. I struggle with every tier 10 that I have. I do have better games with things like the JPZ, the mouse, things where you can really make some mistakes and still manage to get a decent game with just a few hits, or your armor makes up for a lot of your inconsistencies and helps you still grind out a decent game. So, you know, I'm not saying anything against World of Tanks here. This is more about me as a player in World of Tanks. My tier 10 gameplay is not great. And this map, I don't know how it's going to go. I really struggle with this map sometimes with the medium. Now, when I get support, typically I do better, and it looks like this team is actually going to support the flank, which is nice. That doesn't always happen. Now, note the speed difference here between myself and this leopard going up the hill. I'm betting he's probably going to pass me and make me look like a grandma here going up the hill. One thing you'll notice with the T22, it is an excellent tank. It's relatively peppy as far as the speed goes, but when it comes to things like the Leopard, obviously there's going to be some disparity, right? But on the hill climb, as you can tell here, we're not doing terrible. I mean, we are definitely keeping up, and in some cases, depending on the terrain, the different terrain types I'm going over, we're actually passing him. So, you know, the Leopard's a lighter tank. It's got a better power to weight ratio, I think. I'd have to look and see in the stats. I can't tell you for sure because I didn't. If I'm being honest, I didn't look at that. I look more at how a tank plays for me. I think you guys get plenty of stats from everybody else. And you know what I'm seeing with this tank? Somehow I ricocheted an APCR off the front of a Leopard 1. Not really sure how that happens with 264 base pin. And if you guys have seen the rest of my games, you've heard me talk about this weird effect with this gun, where for some reason, it's not in the stats, it just does not seem to do well. Even against tanks that you should be able to penetrate anywhere, this thing seems to get a lot of ricochets. And I honestly don't know what it is. I can't speak to it. I do not know what it is. For some reason, you just bounce a lot of shells. I mean, I'm talking about when you shoot, you bounce a lot of shells. I mean, obviously this tank's known for the side armor. It will bounce inconsistently, but it will bounce from the side because of the V-hull. And I like the tank for that reason. It gives it a little bit more, it's a little more forgiving for newer players. Again, I'll tell you what, if I get a shot at this Leopard 1 and it doesn't pin, I'm going to be so mad because literally, this tank has like 30 millimeters of armor in a lot of places. It should have been pinned earlier. And I mean, the game could give me 320 alpha. It's not like I'm asking for much. Now, we're just sitting here holding this position. And it's really boring, and it's too boring for me. I'm not a big fan of that. So I think I'm going to push a little bit. And if I get smacked for pushing, that's my fault because I'm moving up and I probably shouldn't. But I don't like sitting here doing nothing. So I want to get into a forward position where I can kind of do some more shooting or something. And if I get hit like I just did, I'll be a little more mindful of what's in front of me. And as you can see there, that grill put one right through the side of me. It did not bounce at all. I'm looking for where that hit. I don't see any holes in the turret. I don't know. I don't know where he hit me. It's a grill though. It really doesn't matter. He could hit me anywhere, and it most likely would have pinned. I do not even know where he's at. Looks like he is. Okay, he's right down in the front there. I mean, he literally should have been visible to me. Okay, now he's moving. Still can't shoot him, but it doesn't look like anybody can shoot me yet either, and I'm not spotted. So let's see if this guy pulls out. Let's load an HE. If I get time to load an HE, that'd be great. I might not. Oh, no, see, he's not going to pop up now. He just took a big one to the top. Well, maybe I'm being silly. Should I try it, guys? What the heck? Nope. Didn't think so. So, let's get our ammo rack repaired. Let's load some regular APCR. And let's move up kind of slowly here. It's 6 to 4. I feel like we kind of have to continue to push. If there's nothing in front of us, we need to be pushing as a team. We got a T110 E4, right? Or E4, but I did spot him for everybody, and apparently he didn't feel confident enough to put the shot on me. And now he's getting shot from down there because I did originally spot him. I think I didn't get any spotting from that, but yeah, either that or somebody else saved my bacon by spotting it from the side. I don't know. In either case, I should have remembered he was up here because he was up here earlier. But you know what? I'm going to move forward again because I don't know really what's flanking me here. I don't know if any of these guys are high enough on the... They're not. Okay, but they are coming up. And I don't want to get shot, so I'm going to keep moving. Keep moving. Get up there. Okay. Well, Leopard had the right idea there. Don't point in sitting there and getting shot if we don't have to. If we can push these guys a little bit. I cannot really push this ridgeline effectively because I have no gun depression. That being said, I will push the ridgeline if nobody's going to come up here and contest it. I'm sorry, guys. I hate being stunned. I don't know where that Leopard went. He was up here and he disappeared. Okay, he moved back. But guys, we're being stupid. If they're not gonna hold it, see now he's coming up to hold the ridgeline because you went back. Well, what I'll do is I can spot from right here and probably not get spotted by these guys. So what I'll do is I'll just sit here and I'll spot. Let the Artie keep shooting at me mindlessly, thinking that I'm down there. And hopefully I'll be able to spot from right here if these guys crest the hill. Oh shit, he did spot me because I moved, because I heard the stones and I thought there was somebody over here. But if I move down, why are people not shooting this guy? Hello? Hello, moron. This guy was out in the open and you did nothing. Ooh. Okay, there he is. There should be a shot from somebody over here. Yeah, he's shooting at me and you guys can't, really, you can't hit him? Really? You've got no shot. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Seriously. Ugh. Sometimes, guys, it seems A little hard to believe that your team is so oblivious. Sometimes. Now the Foch is spotted. I don't know if anybody can hit him from down there. Probably not. He's behind the rocks on my side. But really, we need to take this guy out. So, might, okay, well, already got him. That's good. Already got him. You know what? If I have to, I'll just feed everything to the artillery. Again, I got 0 damage this game, but I'm just doing what I can to try to make sure we can get the win. Trying to be smart here. So F8, FV215B, okay, he's dead. More spotting damage. You know, I do more spotting damage in this tank than I do anything else. And than I do anything else with this tank. I won't say more than any other tank, but this tank is good at pushing up and then getting back, and if it takes a hit, it absorbs the damage a lot of times. It's just good for that. Ah. And I completely missed that shot. Don't let him go, don't let him go. Oh, he's gonna go, okay. So I'm gonna keep moving up because he retreated, and you wanna move up if he's retreating. You don't want to just sit in one position. You want to keep pushing the boundaries. I can take a hit, so there's no point in me sitting there when I can take a hit. There's 2 guys left. There's no point in not pushing in and getting the hit. Artie's got to be around here somewhere. There he is. There's artillery. 1 hit into him. I didn't have time to reload an HE. I should have done it before I came up here. Oh, already got him. No problem. And then this T22 is the last guy left. He probably would prefer to die to another T22, I'm guessing. So, let's see. Let's see if that's what he wants. Yeah, okay. I put him out of his misery. So this is the kind of games I have in this tank. I wanted another game to kind of showcase the tank a little bit more. And I've just struggled to do a lot of damage in any of these games, and it's nothing against the T22. You guys are going to hear some of my dialogue in some of those other games. Again, I'm going to string them all together. But that being said, you know, I didn't do much damage at all, but my experience got me up to, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, number 7 on the team. Not great, but again, I'm not a great player at tier 10. We got the victory. I was able to push our spotting a little bit, push us forward on the flank when we kind of got stagnant. And that's what I've been doing with this tank. And at my play level, it seems to work okay. And you know, I really was trying to hold this video back until I could get some, not even high damage games, just some like more consistently like 1500, 2000 damage with, you know, 2000 spotting, you know, that kind of thing. And it's just not happening for me right now in World of Tanks. And it's not the tank's fault. This is a great tank. The way I'm using it though, despite everything I've said, the way I'm using it, it works. You know, 1000 damage blocked, 1200 damage spotting, 408 damage that I did. I fired 5 shots. Again, the biggest letdown for this tank is the gun. That's the biggest letdown. Now, if you play this tank up close, if you're comfortable brawling and running in and just having at it with another medium and putting them down, this tank is probably great for that. That's not my skill set. I traditionally am a TD player at heart. I started with TDs. I went to heavies next. I play things that can take a hit. And this tank, well, it can take a hit. And I think that's why it works for me. It's not like a heavy medium, right? It's a brawling medium, but it's got, you know, it's only got the 1900 hit points, and the gun's not as reliable as I would like at range. I like to snipe, I guess is what I'm getting at. I like to snipe with my mediums. I do okay with the Leopard 1 when I can fill that sniping role. I suck with it the rest of the time because I'm not great at brawling. I'm not great at... I'm starting to get better at peek shooting, using your reverse to get you out of trouble. but that's a new skill set for me, and I'm not that great at it yet. So what can I say about this tank, I guess, to summarize? I like it. I think it's a good tank. I think that in my hands, it's not as good as it could be, but I think it's a good tank. And I think it's probably something at tier 10 I will play a lot of until I get good with it. The reason being is it's a forgiving tank. Because of the hull armor, it's forgiving, and it's easy to just play and use regular ammo in this tank, not even touch the heat. The heat, again, has doggy shell velocity. It's unless you're point blank with a E100 or something like that, I don't really see a reason in using these at all. Like, these shells are just crap. I would stick with your APCR. You've got 264 pin. That's perfectly okay in most circumstances at tier 10 in a medium tank. In a heavy, it would not be enough. In a medium tank, it's okay. So that's how I play it. That's how I've been playing it. I've made it work for me. It's continuing to give me wins at tier 10 at probably a roughly 50 to 53% rate. It's not reflected on the tank right now because this last few sessions have been really rough for me, but I think the tank overall, I'll probably be around 52% with this thing, which for me is good. My normal win rate's 47%. So for me, 52, 53% is fine. At first, the first 3 or 4 games I had in this thing, I was running like a 70% win rate, which again, even for me, even for the first few games for me is good. Typically, I lose about 1 of every 2 games. So I think this tank, for an average player, would have been a really good pickup. To trade in 15 million credits worth of stuff you didn't use and pick this tank up would have been a good idea. And if I had known how good the tank was before I went to the auction, I would have told you guys out there that are free to play or that are new to the game and have a few tanks, but not super new. You know, you've been playing for a couple of years and you have some tanks in your garage you'd rather not have. Go ahead, sell the stuff that you don't want, grind up to the 15 million credits, and purchase this thing at the auction. Because literally it went for 15 million base. I don't think it 15.1 or something like that. I mean, it was like 15,100,000, something like that. It was cheap for what the auction bid. The auction minimum bid was 15 million. I think for a tier 10 that works consistently at tier 10, and I'm going to go against every other YouTuber that I've seen review this vehicle. I think 15 million's okay. I do. I think for somebody who's new to tier 10, who needs something that they can throw around the map and throw around at angles and maybe not pay the ultimate price the first time they make a mistake, that the value there is priceless, right? So if this thing comes up at auction again or anything like that, I would definitely pick it up. That's my review for it. Again, if I had known that before the auction, I would have told you guys that. I didn't know that. It's the first time I played the vehicle. That's my rundown on it. Now, if you get the opportunity to get one of these in the future and you're like me, an average player, pick it up, because I think it will help your tier 10 performance once you learn the quirks of the tank. But that's all I got, guys. I hope you have a great day. I apologize for the lateness of getting this video out. I am going to do more World of Tanks content. The game is really making me upset right now. I'm going to be honest. I've thrown a few choice words out over the course of the last week just trying to get this video put together. So I hope you appreciate it. I hope you enjoy it. Like if you like, subscribe if you want. Please leave your feedback in the comments below, and have a great rest of your day. Thanks, guys. I'll catch you on the next one.